Howdy folks, and welcome to World of Tanks patch 9.14. It's now out. It's actually been out since before the weekend, and as well as the brand new complete overhaul of all the sound effects in the game, which, by the way, I think are absolutely fantastic, although it's a subjective opinion. I realise not everybody's going to agree. But that's not all that's out in patch 9.14. There's also improved vehicle physics and handling. Well, we say improved. Different. As well as the ability to perform sharper turns by using the handbrake, you can now flip tanks. And, well, that's a good thing and a bad thing. Depends on whether or not you're the flipper or the flippy. Looping0980 here certainly has a couple of opinions on the subject. He's making a rush for the top of the hill here on the cliff map when he gets surprised by an enemy comet. And that comet's denying him all kinds of shots on those juicy heavy tanks as they move around, flank around the western side of the hill, so he's going to have to deal with a comet. Now, of course, they're both spotted, so this is incredibly dangerous. So Looping's going to have to take full advantage of the superb handling of the Panzer 58 Mutz. Oh, when he just dodged a shot there from one of those enemy tanks in the background. Of course, they all know he's here, they can all see him, that comet is reporting his position to them. But he's reporting the comet's position to the other members of his team, so this does kind of work both ways, and oh yeah, that one is definitely going to leave a mark. The comet, however, is still determined to put some shots into Looping. Well, it's going to be his funeral. More shots coming in on the comet. Looping's going to have to deal with this guy in order to move out and actually get in a position where he can shoot at something. And, yep, I don't know if the comet player is suffering from lag or he's just a bit slow on the trigger, but he missed the shot there. And now that he's backed off, Looping is going to attempt to get around. Oh, he's coming out again. Oh, and he's gone. Right. Oh dear. Oh, that one didn't quite go according to plan, but his tank is at least still the right way up. Alright then, Looping. Take him round again, class leader. I should probably explain why I say that. When I was in basic training in the Navy, doing parade training on the parade ground, in order to get off the parade ground, you had to do a successful march past of the podium or the inspecting gunnery officer, and if you weren't good enough, he would signal to a gunnery instructor at the bottom end of the parade ground that you had to go around again until you got it right. And the gunnery instructor at the bottom end of the parade ground would say, "Take him round again, class leader," and you could be there for a long time until you eventually got the march past right. Anyway, completely inconsequential story. Oh crap, he's nearly done it again. Yeah, once again, didn't quite go according to plan, did it, Looping? But it's not completely terrible. He does actually have shots down at these heavies. So, it's all good. He's got a choice of heavies to shoot at, and if they want to shoot back at him, they're going to have to back off, because they're not going to have the gun elevation to be able to point their gun all the way up here, although that ST1 that's just turned up, no, he's not paying attention. So, then again, the T10. Yeah, the T10's managed to hit him. And he slides even further down the hill. But now the T10 can't shoot at him. The ST1 also realises that he's a sitting duck. And he backs off as well. So, just by virtue of being up here, Looping has managed to force these guys to give up some ground. Trying to put some shots into the top of the turret of the ST1 there, but the angle isn't great. I mean, the turret armour on the top of that tank is not fantastic, but at that kind of angle, it's a lot. The effective thickness is making it troublesome for him to get an actual penetration here. So he switches to the high explosive, which is going to have absolutely no effect whatsoever. Not an ST1, just no. Then again, what else is he going to do? He can't penetrate him with armour piercing, not at that kind of angle. And if he tries to adjust his position to get some shots on the other two enemy heavies down there, he's going to be in serious danger of falling off this cliff completely. The ST1 hits him, but it's either a very, very low damage roll on the intermediate BL9 gun on the ST1, or that guy was firing high explosive. He only did about 300 damage. Of course, the worst possible thing that could happen right now is if Looping's tank were to lose traction completely and end up flipping and rolling and sliding all the way down the side of this hill and ended up on low health, immobilised, right in front of the guns of all of those enemy tanks. Oh dear. Never mind, Looping. Better luck next time. Next up, we have Desert Fox in the Tier 5 American turreted tank destroyer, the T-67, in a Tier 6 match on the Lakeville map. And judging by the flag on the side of his T-67 turret, it may very well be that Desert Fox hails from Canada. Well, we'll just have to see. See how many people he apologises to after he kills them during the course of this match. Well, you never can tell. There are many fake Canadians out there. The match begins, and, well, I have to say he's certainly sneaky enough to be a Canadian. Check this out. You'll notice he's got the Camanet and binoculars installed on his T-67. Obviously, these only work when the vehicle is stationary. He uses the speed of the T-67 to get down to this bush. And then he lies in wait, just lurking, waiting to spot targets. Like that Sherman Jumbo, and shortly an M4 Sherman as they cross the middle road down the side of the lake. And yes, he had multiple opportunities to score at least 2, possibly 3 hits on the relatively thinly armoured side of that Sherman Jumbo, but that of course would give his position away. And so he holds his fire. Could be shooting at this Sherman as well, but nope. Unfortunately, that little bugger behind him, he has no such compunctions, and he's going to come very, very close to getting Desert Fox killed by drawing fire in his direction. There he goes, shooting up the Sherman, and here comes the Sherman's return fire. And that one sailed right over the top of his tank. And that one was close. Look at this. Nerves of steel. Sitting in the bush, spotting the targets, and just waiting. I mean, the shot at the Jumbo from here, all he's going to do is immobilise him because all he can see is his outside drive wheel. So there's no point whatsoever in taking that shot. When you're in this kind of position, you only really want to take a killing shot at an enemy tank, because the second you pull the trigger, your cover's blown, they know you're there. So you need to make sure that if you take the shot, it's to kill something so that it can't fire back. Like, for example, this M4. And there we go. Now, the M4 didn't like that. There he is in chat. Oh, how mature. Oh, I don't know. Well, anyway, his cover's blown, and there's nothing else on that middle road, so there's no point in him loitering around in that position anymore. So he goes looking for something he can start using this very, very good little 76mm gun on. Enemy tanks in the cap there. They've just nailed one of his team. Doesn't really quite have the shot there. Waiting. Nope. There it is. That's... no, not quite. Just a little... there we go. Just missed the shot in the KV2. Didn't miss that one. And he's taking his tracks. Reloads. Finishes him off. That guy now, of course, blocking any further shots that he had through that very, very narrow window between the buildings there. So, time to move, find something else to shoot at. Now, the thing about the T-67 is it's very fast and it's very light, and that wasn't a problem before patch 9.14 came out, but patch 9.14 came out, and now that is a problem. And Desert Fox is completely stuck. He wasn't exactly pulling any radical manoeuvres there, was he? He was just turning and flipped the tank, not completely over, but he's not getting out of that without any help. Unfortunately, well, the guys up in front of him are kind of busy, and there's nobody over there but artillery, so he's going to be here for a while. It's no use looking at the artillery, you're not getting any help from them. And the T-34 over there, well, he's got problems of his own. Enemy team are capping, and he's pretty much it. He couldn't get back here to help you if he wanted to. Did anybody bring a pack of cards? There he is asking for help. Not very polite about it though, is he? I think we might have found ourselves a fake Canadian here, guys. Let's see what happens. It is vitally important that you check your Canadians for authenticity. Fake Canadians are a far bigger problem than most people realise. There are several methods available for determining whether or not your Canadian of choice is in fact an authentic Canadian. The most reliable method by far is to simply punch them in the face, and if they react by apologising for bruising your knuckles, then they're almost certainly an authentic Canadian. However, this particular method does not come without its own dangers, because if he turns out to be a French-Canadian lumberjack, he's likely to run off with 12 other French-Canadian lumberjacks and hold a hilltop in North Korea against 15,000 angry Chinese infantry and tanks. And that could prove to be embarrassing. True story. Go and look up Leo Major if you don't believe me. That guy was a French-Canadian badass. You wouldn't want to punch him in the face. And, well, you certainly wouldn't live to tell the tale. Oh, actually, Desert Fox is being remarkably polite all of a sudden. Definite signs of authentic Canadianness. Oh, hang on, there's some movement from the back of the map. Now, Bert the Avenger is moving. Now, I don't know if it's because he's decided to come over and help, because there's absolutely nobody else who can actually do anything at this end of the map, or because he's just running away from that enemy tank that popped up. Probably both, but doesn't matter. Bert the Avenger to the rescue. Alright, dude, you look like you could use some help. He is being very grateful, almost certainly an authentic Canadian. Anyway, tank's finally the right way up, time to go and cause some havoc with the remainder of the enemy team. We've got a KV-2, a box tank, an AT-2, and, well, yeah. That's enough to be going on with, I think. Friendly ST-39, keeping them busy. Who's first? AT-2, side shot, thank you very much, there's one. There's two, he's dead. Box tank, big gun, it's going to take another shot. He's dead too. That just leaves the KV-2 as the shot from something went whistling past. Check out the run there from Bert the Avenger. KV-2's turret turning, you're never going to... It's just not going to happen. He's playing chicken with a KV-2 now. Has he reloaded? Worth the risk. On the move, boom, headshot. That just leaves one surviving enemy tank. And he's miles away, so I think it's time for the deadly duo to cap out. And he'd have gotten away with it too, if it wasn't for those meddling improved physics. One more game to go, but trust me, I've saved the best till last. This is Flaxen Plum, which is one of the more bizarre player names I've ever come across in World of Tanks, and he is in the T-43, the Soviet Tier 7 medium tank. And he's in a Tier 7 assault match, he's on the attacking team, on the Siegfried line map. I've never really had a very high opinion of the T-43, although I freely admit that my opinion of the T-43 is based on way outdated gameplay. The last time I played this tank, it had a 100mm gun. I mean, that's years ago. So, yeah, what do I know? Flaxen Plum, I can't get over that name. It's, well, he certainly seems to like it, and he certainly does pretty well in it. Mostly. What you talking? Trust me, just watch. This is hilarious. For the moment, he's just looking for some opportunity shots. And he's got some of those big, meaty Japanese heavies to shoot at. And of course, he's completely incapable of penetrating them with his 85mm gun. Not from the front. And, oh, yeah, well, hang on a minute. Well, that was from the VK3601. That did 5 damage to him. Was that guy firing high explosive? There seems to be a lot of that about today, doesn't there? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Poking the entrance to the town there is going to be suicidal, especially with those things around. So he decides to try to press the flank on this side. Now there's a Type 64 up there. Whoa! Did you hear that? That was the howitzer on the OI. It sounded like the sun coughing. Anyway, T20 and an E25 up there. And, well, he's got the Type 64 on his side, but that's pretty much it. Sees the E25 coming round at around about the same time the E25 sees him, thinks, I've got you now, fires, and of course misses. The E25 doesn't. And he's not just getting shot at by the E25 up in front, you can hear the bouncers and then penetrated from in front and behind, and no, this is never going to do. This position is terrible. And you could be forgiven for thinking that this was going to be an absolutely terrible game. Well, trust me, it's about to get a lot worse before it's going to get any better. T20's trying to get away there, lines up the first shot, misses, lines up the second shot, takes the shot, T20 dies before his shell can land. He hasn't done a single point of damage to anybody so far in this game, and he's not having a very good match. And then he decides, maybe with the new physics, I can climb up here and get a shot at... actually, then again, maybe not. Oh dear. And once again, it's no good looking at those guys. They are not going to help you. The Type 64, maybe, but he's got E25 problems. So, you're going to be here for some time. Music Maestro, please. I like this tune. It's The Girl from Ipanema, which is a beach in Rio de Janeiro. Well, we've got to have something to talk about while he's sitting there waiting for somebody to come over and write him, because he's not going to be able to do it himself. Actually, every time I use this, there's somebody who makes a point of asking which version of this audio track I'm using, and I just don't know. I've had this audio track for so long, I can't remember where I got it from. It's just called 01 The Girl from Ipanema, so there you go. Type 64 is not having a lot of luck with that E25. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Yep. He is. He's coming over to help. Well, that was jolly decent of him. E25's on the move as well, though. Alright, that's enough music. Oh, check out the handbrake turn from the Type 64 as he dodges the shot from the E25, and now he's got some good solid cover between himself and the E25, and he's in a position to start helping Flax and Plum get upright again. Unfortunately, the Type 64, well, it's fast, but it's very light, and it doesn't have an awful lot of weight to push with. So he's making a bit of a meal of this, and that E25 is not going to sit around. What's that Lux doing? Oh crap, E25 behind you. Oh crap, he's missed. But then again, so does the E25, and misses again. Type 64 do what he can, but that E25 is a fast turner. Come on, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. And it bounced. Oh, now you're dead. Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? And under most circumstances, he would have been. But this E25... Cheers, dude. That was jolly decent of you. You idiot. Best example I've seen in recent memory of somebody snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, he had them both. All he had to do was not drive into him, and he could have destroyed Flax and Plum at his leisure. And that is really going to come back to bite that E25 in the arse, because watch the rampage that Flax and Plum embarks on after getting uprighted. It's like he took it personally. He's going for the Yag Panther. He doesn't have much of a shot there, but it's enough. Can he finish him? No. He's dead. Doesn't matter. OP tank in front, loads the OP ammo. Watch him go. Seriously, this is just beautiful to watch. Time for some more appropriate music this time. This time it's Descent into Cerberon from the Quake 2 soundtrack. Here we go. OP ammo loaded. Oh, missed. Don't worry, he's just getting warmed up. Watch this. There's one. This guy's going to take 2 shots, possibly 3. Oh no, it's only going to be 2. There's one of them. Oh, no, not quite. He's only got 2 shots of APCR left. He's only going to need 1. Bang, gotcha. Oh, IS-2. Back to regular ammo. Boom, engine fire. Ah. 4 enemy tanks left. Where are you? Come on, you little buggers. All together or one at a time, it's all the same to me. I'll take you all on. There's the ARL and the T-34-1, and they're both looking like kind of low health victims. No sign of the KB-85 or the ELC, however. Oh, there's the ELC, and he's more or less on full health. And he appears to be having a bit of a problem getting out. Oh, that one bit. How the hell did that miss? Oh, well, whatever. For some reason the ELC isn't shooting. Maybe he has a problem with his gun or his gunner, and he's desperately trying to get out of there. And, oh, there's the gun, and oh, there's the engine fire, and he's done. Now it's the ARL's turn. 2 tanks versus 3. Come on, side shot, lovely. Oh, and bounces the return shot from the ARL. Go on, Sherman, have him. If you don't have him, we will. Nope, bounced off his frontal armour. Sherman finishes him. Just the KB-85 left. No idea where he is. Was last seen over in this direction. He's got to be around here somewhere. Well, he could be anywhere, but we're working on the assumption that he is around here somewhere. And there he is. It's going to take a couple of shots, or one shot and an engine fire. And that, any second now, is the game. Not a bad result for a match that was looking like an absolute disaster in the first half. And it's all down to those funky new physics. Flax and Plum, Looping 098, and the authentic Canadian Desert Fox all having fun with physics in World of Tanks patch 9.14. Hope you enjoyed today's video, folks. As always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.